Good morning, Dashers. Welcome to the first edition of College Prep English 2's online teaching instruction. I am Mr. Lewinsky, and I am in my home office where I do most of my grading. I can show you guys around a little bit. You'll see that I've got a poster from Glacier, move my arm the right way there, Glacier National Park behind me. That is a poster from when my wife and I went there on a trip. That's where we were engaged to be married. There's a bookshelf over on this side. I built that bookshelf and stocked it with books because it's kind of my thing in case you guys haven't figured that out yet. Um, I will be here a little bit more casually. You'll notice no tie today, but I am rocking some Dasher gear here, some comfy Dasher gear. And I just want to get you guys set up a little bit in what it's going to be like to be going to school online for at least the next few weeks. So before we do that, I do want to tell you that I do miss you all. I didn't become a teacher so that I could record myself and look at a screen all day. I became a teacher because of all of you. You guys are the reason why this job is so amazing. So it's really good to be able to be back in touch with you all, even if it is in a virtual fashion. And I'm looking forward to restarting our year and laying some groundwork for how this is all going to work. Okay, so the goal of this video is to show you a few things, specifically with regard to technology, and to go over some guidelines for the weeks to come. If you see me looking down here a little bit, I have my notes down here for what I'm saying, so I want to make sure that I cover the things that we need to in an organized fashion. Okay, so if you're looking at my screen, what you'll see is that I have some announcements posted as of yesterday. I was working on this last night. And for March 18th to 20th, you'll see this announcement here is key objectives. We'll be doing this, all your teachers will be doing this every week to give you a guideline for what we're doing and when we're doing it. So if you take a look here, this says our key objectives for March 18 to 20 are to familiarize ourselves with our online learning platform. We need to be able to submit posts to the discussion board on MyDSHA, be able to find relevant information on MyDSHA, and if we have not presented, be able to record and submit presentations via Microsoft Teams. Okay, so that really takes us through what we're doing in this week here. This is a getting to know you week as far as the technology is concerned. And I'll be honest, this is the first time I'm using the technology Screencast-O-Matic for recording myself, and it's super easy to use. When you get introduced to Microsoft Teams, I think you guys will be pretty adept at using that as well. I do have a preview of the next few weeks, and really, because we're still in the midst of presentations for next week and for the following week, your responsibilities are going to be to view, take notes on, and ask questions about presentations, and to submit those to MyDSHA. And also, as we're doing that, to think about the way in which Salinger's work fits into the narrative of American literature we've studied so far this school year. If you'll just excuse me for a moment, I need to make sure that I have my coffee. It's good. It's good. It's good coffee. Fresh brewed coffee at home. So that can take us through what our guidelines are for the next couple of weeks. I'll update this every week so you guys can have a fresh view of what's happening in class. Secondly, discussion posts are really important because they are the way that we are going to take attendance for our class throughout this period of time when we aren't meeting in school and we're in what we call virtual school. Oh my gosh, I air quoted something. When we're in virtual school, it's actually called virtual school. So you'll be winding up posting comments for each week of presentations to the assignments called discussion posts. And these will be assignments on MyDSHA. They will count as attendance. Additionally, you should be prepared to post for each class period, beginning with class today on Wednesday, March 18th. Okay, so just so you know, attendance is working in the following way. I think today is technically called a blue day, so you'll be doing something for each of your classes during the day today, and then Thursday and Friday are going to be extended instruction days. After that, for the next couple of weeks until Easter break, Monday is going to be a yellow day, and then Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be extended instruction, and so will Thursday and Friday. So you'll have something to do if you're an even instruction class. For my class, on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and then if you're an odd class, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So in addition to those Fridays being kind of odd, the Wednesdays are going to be kind of odd too. So just be prepared for that in case you weren't ready for that. Okay, just so I can take you through where this is on my DSHA. And I think this looks basically the same way it looks on your screen. If you take a look at assignments, and then this might look a little bit different, but you should be able to see the March 18th and 19th or 20th discussion posts. So as you do that, you'll see this question here. And you have two questions, and I only want you guys to post one answer to each question. So if you have, everybody's got class on the 18th, everybody's going to answer this question for the 18th. What's one thing you've missed about school over the last 2 days? When you post that assignment, then I'll be able to say, yes, you were doing work for my class and you are technically attending class on that day. And then if you have even class on the 19th or odd class on the 20th, I'm just going to ask you about weekend plans. If you limit yourself to one post, it makes it much, much simpler for me to be able to figure out who is posting and who is present, okay? So as far as discussion posts go and attendance is concerned, that's just something you'll be able to do right through my DSHA. So if we go back to College Prep English 2, there's a new presentation schedule and that reminds me of something to tell you guys about for the discussion posts. We are really using today and tomorrow and Friday as days to get used to the technology, and that's going to be especially important for most of you because you haven't presented your presentations yet. So we want to make sure we give you some time to be able to do that. As we take a look at let's look at our calendar first. This is our overall calendar from now until Easter. The internet is running a little bit slowly here because everybody's on it because nobody's at work. So if we make this a little bit bigger, I can show you guys what we're going to do. So we have check-in on Teams, we'll show you guys that in a minute, and post to the discussion board. We've just talked about that. If you're in an even class, you need to record your presentations via Screencast-O-Matic and turn that in through Teams by 3 p.m. And I'll show you how Teams works in a couple minutes. And that's 3 p.m. on Thursday. Same thing for those of you in class on Friday. You want to record your presentations and turn those in by 3 p.m. Okay? I'll have those posted to a topic on my DSHA, and everybody is responsible for viewing those presentations, which can be found in the topics, and posting notes and questions to the discussion board. And then if you're a Tuesday presenter, then you have to turn your presentation in on Teams by 3 p.m. and I'll post that to the topic for Tuesday's class. And the same thing, if you're a Wednesday presenter, turn it in by 3 p.m. on Monday, and I'll have that posted for Wednesday's class. And this just repeats until we finish our presentations. 8th hour students, you're going to have something a little bit different on March 31st because we actually will be finished with our presentations at that time. So you'll have to read a short story and complete a discussion prompt. It's a really cool story. I'm excited to be able to go through it with you guys. But I'm also excited to watch and take note on all your presentations because you guys have worked hard on those, and I'm excited to see where that goes. Okay, so we'll minimize that for right now and take a look at our revised presentation schedule. Which is right here. Okay, so you'll see last week everything went as planned, and we have these presentations. If you're crossed out, that means you actually presented during class time. You're watching this today, the technology guideline day. And then here again, it says Monday presenters, record presentations via Screencast-O-Matic and submit to Teams. Okay. Oh, Dr. Mansfield is sending me a message via Teams. I'll show you guys how that works in a couple minutes, but right now I'm going to take that away. As we are going through our presentations, you'll notice that you'll have 3 presentations to watch for first hour on Monday, and then 5 for first hour on Wednesday, and 4 for first hour on Friday of next week. Okay? And then down here, 4th hour presentations proceed in the same way. 8th hour presentations proceed in the same way. Oh, I forgot to put on here that you have to be turning in things by 3 p.m. I'll change that for the document that's posted online. But it functions, and I forgot to put it here as well. Oh no, I didn't forget it. I forgot it on the 19th because that's an even day. I'll make sure I post that on that document as well so it's not confusing. Okay, so we'll close that down. And then I just want to show you a couple other things. Oh, before I forget, you guys need to understand that you are, with your attendance and the discussion posts, you are actually accountable for turning in that discussion post. I have to take attendance by 6 p.m. at night. So it would really help me if you were able to do that a little bit earlier than that so I could check that assignment in and make sure that I can account for your having done something for our class on the days on which our class is scheduled. Okay. So before we get into our next announcement, which is about virtual Dasher time, I just want to show you our topics. You'll see March 23rd presentations. I will post presentations here, and you'll see there's nothing else here right now because nobody has submitted presentations yet. I really do like our picture here too because it makes you think, like, is he a phony or does he think you're a phony? And it can really help you understand, like, that hero villain sort of way of thinking about him. So the presentations will show up here, and I'll only post the ones that are due for that day, so it'll be really straightforward as to what you're supposed to watch. Couple other things just to go through here, ladies, as we are looking at our presentation system. This is just our updated guide, like where to find updated guidelines. That's going to be in the download section. So that's actually over here, and we can go through that right now too really quickly. So most of this stuff we've talked about a little bit. The Screencast-O-Matic tutorial is right here. You can open your presentation in your visual aid and just go through things, and it'll record right on your screen just like I'm doing right now. You can use your webcam to show your face, which I think would be a really good thing to do, but I'm going to be a little bit more lenient on what I'm evaluating as far as like your physical presence is concerned, because that's going to be very difficult for me to evaluate as you're not standing in front of an audience and you're not actually looking at us. You're looking at, your computer and your notes, and that's all going to be fine. I wouldn't worry about that. And then on Monday, you have a whole bunch of guidelines just to tell you what we're doing and how you're supposed to be posting. Really what I'm looking for in your post, and that's going to be 1 post per day, are your notes and your questions. And then you're going to repeat this for as many times as you need to for a particular presentation. So that should take care of that particular aspect of things. We'll minimize that, make that go away. And the last thing that's super important to understand is virtual Dasher time. All right. I'm going to try to be available on this thing called Microsoft Teams from 1 to 2:30 every day, Monday through Friday. That is the time when my son is supposed to take a nap. And if he does, then great, we'll have time to talk. If he doesn't, then we won't have time to talk. Or actually, I'm sorry, we will definitely have time to talk. You're just going to be talking with me when I have my 2-year-old on my lap. And my other kids are usually really driven by whatever they're needing to be doing at that time. Usually right now it's perler beads, if you know what those are. So for virtual dasher time, this is something that takes place on this thing called Microsoft Teams. And you can access Microsoft Teams right through your email, okay? So as you look up here, there are these 9 dots that's your app launcher for Microsoft Outlook. Once you're logged in, it's just automatically there. Click on that, and then you go to, where did they go? Teams. And then Teams shows you all these different teams that you have been assigned to based on what classes you're enrolled in. So for you all, we'll just look at College Prep English 2 first hour. And you can use this kind of, well, I don't know if you guys know what chat rooms are. Actually, I hope you don't know what chat rooms are. You can look at this and just say, hello, this is Mr. Lelinski demonstrating how to use Microsoft Teams. I miss you guys and can't wait to start our class again. Oh, I can't read that because my screen is in the way. There we go. All right. And you hit enter and that posts. Okay. In Teams, it's actually really cool. You can call with a couple of different students. So like we can actually video conference if you want to. And it's just a really good format for me to answer questions and for your peers to answer questions as well. So if you have a question that you would normally email me, it might be better just to put it on Teams so that everybody can see it and so that you can get better feedback or more quick, faster feedback would be a way to think about that. And then you can go through and just like have those questions answered right away. So from 1 to 2:30, I'm going to make very sure to be on here and to be replying like in real time. If it's outside of that time frame, I'm still going to check this. I'm just not going to be there like immediately right away. Of course, you can always send me an email, like that's no problem. But this might be a more efficient means of doing those things. Okay. So I think, let me just check here. I think that's basically all that we have to talk about right now. I just want you guys to know that I'm happy to see you again, that even if it's in a virtual form, I'm really excited to start teaching our class again. And I know that this is different. This is, this doesn't feel normal as far as teaching and learning is concerned, but I know that you guys are strong and resilient, and I have every confidence that this is going to go very, very well. It might not be perfect, but we're going to get through this together. So until we talk again, and we'll be posting videos regularly, and until we correspond virtually, I look forward to starting things up and seeing you guys soon. All right, take care.